enfeeblement of the Trump movement here with this lethargic speech. We hear him talking for 15 minutes, trying to explain his shuffle down the ramp at West Point, trying to explain why he had such difficulty drinking water. A remarkable moment in the speech, of course, was when he talked about testing. And that's in that moment you realize that he lacks the intellect at such a profound level to understand the issues that he's tasked to deal with at all. And so the reason we have a shattered economy and 120,000 dead, and the United States is at the epicenter of the coronavirus catastrophe, is because we don't have enough testing. And you saw the president of the United States, in my view, not joking, but making a statement with conviction that he's against testing because it yields more positive results, which is against his self-interest. It was a speech that George Wallace could have given in 1968. It was the language of white grievance. His embrace of the Confederacy and the mythology of it was appalling in this moment in time. And what you see on the street is a powder keg. And Donald Trump's the guy who came with matches and a can of gasoline. And maybe it won't be in Tulsa, maybe it won't be the next city or even the one after that, but eventually he's going to spark the match that lights an inferno. And Eddie Glaude is exactly right. The country's on edge. We have the most inept and ineffective president. What I think politically is most amazing about this rally is about 5 days ago, and we've been tracking this at the Lincoln Project, a grandmother started a video on TikTok urging teenagers to get as many tickets as they possibly could. And all over the country, if you've been watching social media, that millennials, younger than millennials, 16-year-olds, 20-year-olds are on, the teenagers of America, I think, dealt a savage blow to Donald Trump's reelection tonight and fooled the Trump campaign into believing that there were 1 million people that actually wanted to come to this spectacle, when in fact there were about 9,000 who risked their health and their lives and maybe the lives of their family members to go see who the hell knows what tonight.
So that's a remarkable state of affairs. If 4 years ago it was the Russians who meddled in 2016, now Americans and young Americans, isn't that perfect, have figured out how to wrestle back some of the mediums that Trump enjoyed exploiting to, undermine their crowd size expectations? Tell me more about that, Steve.
Well, I think that you have a group of kids in the country who've had their school years ruined, had their summers ruined. They look around at the chaos in the country. They believe in equality. They like immigration. They have gay friends and gay brothers and sisters, and they reject completely generationally the intolerance of Donald Trump. And so I think you have, and you can go look at this on social media. You have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of kids across America, millions of kids who are bored, locked down in some fundamental ways by the quarantine. Camps and activities are canceled, and they're up to some mischief on their phones and directing it at Donald Trump. But I do think that heads will roll over this. I mean, you couldn't have had a worse and more disastrous opening to this campaign if you had went out and spent $1 billion and hired 10,000 people to make it so. I mean, what a debacle for Donald Trump. And you had this meandering, low energy performance when the Donald Trump of 2020 is explaining in a 15-minute diatribe why it took him 10 minutes to walk down a ramp in this shuffle that alarmed a lot of people around the country. He says, what's wrong with the president of the United States?
An unbelievable moment. Eddie Glaude, Steve Schmidt, two of our favorite friends. Thank you so much for spending some time with us on a Saturday night. It's Saturday, right? Yes. Still ahead.